Subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe.
Yeah!
Oh, very, very, very Merry Christmas! Welcome back. We are here today on this beautiful day of Boxing Day.
Yeah, it's a Christmas special.
Could you tell?
I'm Cole.
The actual routine that we have for the episode today is a bit different. We're not discussing a specific album, which I know, golly jeebers, that's different. But what we're going to be doing instead is discussing our all-time favourite winter classics.
So what's your thoughts on Christmas songs? Can you not wait for them to stop?
It's just one of them, isn't it? It's just something that's there for a bit of the year every time. I don't think I get particularly irate by them.
The people that I work with seem to get really annoyed. Like, they can listen to them for like the first couple of days when they start creeping onto the radio, and then it's like, oh, just listen to Talk Sport.
I mean, I guess to be fair, when I'm working, I'm either working from home or in an office where I'm in an office by myself. So I listen to usually just my own playlist that I set up rather than radio. If I was listening to the radio a lot of the time, I might have a different opinion if it was the same songs over and over again.
And it is.
Yeah. So yeah, for me, I'm not really bothered by it. I don't really ever tend to leave my house other than coming here. So it's not like I'm around the shops listening to the same things over and over again.
Yeah.
So...
You don't watch TV either, do you? So they're not on...
No.
Because they're all on adverts at the moment.
No. How about we say how many... If you've got like a top 5?
Maybe. I'll just count them.
Okay.
I didn't know what format this was going to take.
Yeah, we have been somewhat lackadaisical with that, haven't we?
Yeah. So I know one.
All-time favourite Christmas song. What's the best one that there is?
The best one for me is So This Is Christmas by John Lennon and Yoko Ono.
The War Is Over.
Yeah. I really like that song. Because it's like, it sounds weird, but I like... There's like an element of Christmas that's a bit maudlin.
Yeah.
And I like that.
Okay.
Because I don't like the cheesy, let's all be happy constantly because it's Christmas. Because that's not real.
Yeah, you're right. It's
like,
not
you don't
real.
just turn happy just because it's Christmas.
I think it's the difference between being a child and an adult, isn't it? When you're a child and it's all magical and Santa's coming and stuff, then
That
it
was
is.
maudlin then as well.
Yeah, but you were an oddball, weren't you? Yeah. Whereas when you're older, it can be less of an exciting time of year, a sad time of year sometimes.
Yeah, I'm more reflective. The period from Christmas to New Year is like, God, this year was tough. And that's been every year.
Since you were born.
I'm only 21.
Worst one yet. I do like that song. I wouldn't have put it in my top 5, but yeah, I do like it. My number 1 is, and it is dead cheesy, but they all are anyway. Christmas time, don't let the bells end.
You know what? I completely forgot that song existed.
Yeah.
But that is up there as well.
Yeah. And they managed to release a Christmas song that got into the charts where they're blatantly basically saying bell end.
Yeah.
Good on them.
When you started singing that, then I thought, she's gone for Cliff Richard. I thought you were going to do Mistletoe and Wine. I'm like, what?
Christmas time, mistletoe and wine. No, I don't like that song.
No.
It's the genre that I tend to listen to anyway, which is the more rocky, glam rocky stuff. So if there's a Christmas version of it, then yeah, that sits just fine by me.
Yeah, because I was trying to think of Christmas rock songs, and all that I could find were bad covers of Christmas songs. Like Leonard Skinner did a whole Christmas album, and that was really bad.
Was that like... So we did briefly consider doing the Chris Isaak Christmas album from this year, but we said there's no point, because it's basically he's just found a bunch of karaoke tracks and sang over them. He didn't make them his own. The Leonard Skinner one is...
So they did make it their own.
Okay.
But it's bad.
Right. I will do a little special shout out to... So it's The Darkness who released Christmas Time, Don't Let the Bells End. A few years later, they did release another Christmas song called I Am Santa, which didn't get anywhere near the same amount of coverage, but that is also a banger. It is fantastic.
Well, that first song, Don't Let the Bells End, that came out at the height of Darkness' popularity, really, didn't it? And then they fell off the map, and
they're still going.
Oh, they're still going.
Yeah.
He's got a channel as well.
He has,
Justin Harkins
Rides Again. Yeah.
Shout out.
Shout out JT. I was going to say JT then, Justin Timberlake. Yeah. Shout out Justin Timberlake and Justin Harkins. Number 2?
This is an obvious choice, anyway. Not for me, maybe, but the Mariah Carey one. Only because it was on Love Actually, which is my favourite Christmas film.
Okay, so the context makes that less weird.
I actually think that's a really good Christmas song, though, so it's it's the change from my number 1, because that is just a cheesy pop Christmas song, isn't it?
It is.
The ultimate Christmas song. I'm pretty sure she recently applied to be called Queen of Christmas or something. He got turned down.
Really? That was... So I've done a couple of honourable mentions and horrible mentions, and that was in the horrible mentions one for me. No. I think that's the one song that I do think, even through the media that I consume in places, still gets too overplayed.
Oh yeah,
and
overplayed.
It's overplayed and it's over cheesy. And I think in general, with some exceptions, I don't tend to like the diva like sort of singing. Exactly like Mariah. Yeah, I know. I was her vocal coach.
So
yeah, I'm not really a fan of that sort of singing anyway. So that song does nothing for me.
Yeah. How about you? What's your number 2?
So my number 2 is, again, an absolute banger, and I'm sure you'll agree. Feliz Navidad.
Who's that one?
Feliz Navidad.
I have heard that song. Who sang that?
Can't remember.
Yeah.
But it's just a very happy, easy to listen to Christmas song, and I like it.
That's fair enough.
I don't care what you say, I like it.
I don't mind that. I do find it a bit annoying.
I can see that.
My next one is Mud. Lonely This Christmas. Because when
I thought that was Elvis for a long time.
I was literally about to say I used to think it was Elvis.
Yeah, it was only a few years ago I found out it wasn't, and I couldn't remember it was by Mud. But yeah, I do remember searching that up not long ago.
Yeah, but I think Mud are one of those bands that from ages ago that just didn't write their own stuff. They had like a writing team behind them, you know, like the Monkees.
Right.
Not quite like the Monkees, but similar to. They weren't very respected because they were just like a front for a writing team.
My third one, I'm not sure if you would have heard this one. You might have done, but it's sang in Latin and it's only vocals. There's no instruments. You might recognise it if you hear it, because it's one of those that does seem to be known. Like, Gaudete, Christus est natus, ex Maria Virgine gaudete.
No. Singing about eczema.
I don't know why I know the song, but I knew it as a kid.
Who's that by?
Not Star Spangled Banner. Steel Eye Span.
Right, okay.
Have you heard of them?
I've heard of them.
They're like a prog rock band, I think. Or it's prog band. But then they've got the one song. But it's sang in Latin, but I don't know where they're from, but they sing in the most British accents in that song ever. It's like, Gaudete, Gaudete, Christus est natus. But yeah, I really like that song. So there you go. I've even done a cover of that song, but to... Do you know when I send songs into Jake and Amir's podcast, and one of them that got played was me doing Gaudete, but singing about Jake and Amir instead. So, you know, claim to fame.
Shout out to Jake and Amir.
Shout out, yeah.
My number 4, I've ordered these wrong, because my number 2 should have been this, because I've only just remembered it existed.
Okay.
It's the Wombles, Wombling Merry Christmas.
I remember a Wombles song, but I don't remember it being Christmassy.
Yeah, so they did Remember You're a Womble.
That's the one that I know, yeah.
But do you know that Wizard song?
I wish it could be Christmas.
So it's that,
I have heard this.
Wombling Merry Christmas instead.
Yeah, I forgot that song exists. It's like, have yourself a Wombling Merry Christmas, something like that.
So I mean, the Wizard song is brilliant, but the addition of Wombles into it is just genius.
It is.
Because the Wombles were amazing.
I can't believe that I forgot about the Wizard song. That's got to be up there, like one of the best Christmas songs.
And Slade.
Well,
the Wizard song's like one of the classic.
The Wizard song's one of the classics, but yeah, good shout out to the Wombles. Yeah. I'll be listening to that later.
Yeah, I used to love the Wombles.
Yeah,
I had an album. It sold quite a lot in Japan.
I had a Womble.
You did, actually. I remember that.
I think it's in my mum's attic or something. Have you said that was your number 4, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Mine is dung, 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 dung. Dun da da dun dun da da dun dun da da dun dun da da dun 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 dun.
What is that?
Dun dun
Little drummer.
dun dun da da dun dun da da dun dun da da dun.
What is it?
Carol of the Bells.
Oh yeah, I do like that song.
Yeah, it's kind of, it sounds, even though it's definitely not, it sounds kind of metal. Like, and it can easily, it probably has many times, you can easily hear how that could be like, dun 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 dun. And yeah, again, a song, well, I say again, I don't think I have said one so far. I've said a song with only vocals, now I've said a song with no vocals. Diversity.
Yeah.
That's what we like.
By 2 white people. Yeah, I like that because it's got a sense of foreboding about it.
Yeah, it's like, it's a kind of creepy song, isn't it?
Yeah. Like my favourite Christmas films, I'd prefer a darker tone to a Christmas film, like Krampus and Black Christmas, where people just get murdered on Christmas for being bad.
Fair enough.
So yeah, foreboding's big on my Christmas wish list. Christmas wish list.
Christmas wish list. Yeah, you're right. Can you say, is off topic now, Irish wristwatch?
Irish wish, no.
Try again.
Irish wish, no.
Why is it so hard to say it is, isn't it? Irish wristwatch.
Irish wristwatch. Irish wristwatch. I still can't even when I slow it down. Irish wristwatch, no. Number 5.
Number 5. Have you said yours? What's the last thing we discussed? I've lost my whole train of thought.
No, the last one was that.
Carol of the Bells.
Carol of the Bells. Number 5 for me. I'm assuming it's going to be the same for you then. Slade. Because I actually forgot that existed as well somehow because I haven't heard it this year. So
Yeah.
I was going to put Wham because I don't mind that song.
Yeah, I don't mind Wham.
But yeah, Slade.
Yeah,
100% Slade.
It's Christmas!
He earns £500,000 a year just from that, you know.
Does he?
Not from that one bit of the song.
So here it is, Merry Christmas, everybody. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, quite
love
correct.
that song.
That is my number 5. That's why we could sing it without even looking it up.
Yeah. No, I've not heard it this year.
Have you not?
And
No,
normally it's
neither
everywhere.
have I. I've not heard Wizard either this year.
Yeah. Maybe they're dying out because they're like from the 70s.
My honourable mentions to start off with. Have you heard In Dulce Jubilo?
No.
That's
I'm
by...
listening to Latin.
But that... It's Mike Oldfield.
Oh, Tubular Bells, man.
Yeah. That's just... I didn't even know it was considered a Christmas song until my partner Rach told me. But apparently it is. It's just a good song as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, honourable mention to that. I didn't put it on the list because it doesn't sound objectively Christmassy to me. Another song that I've not said. So yeah, the horrible mention. The one Christmas song I cannot stand and it infuriates me is Simply Having a Wonderful Christmas
like that as well.
Time. So yeah, I think that'll probably bring us to the end. Oh, if we were to say basing Christmas songs, would we say music is good or bad?
Yeah, good.
Yeah, overall I would say good. There's only the one horrible mention. The rest of them...
I didn't like Mariah Carey either.
I don't hate it though. I don't like the song, but I don't hate that song. The only song that I do hate is Simply Having a Wonderful Christmas Time. I cannot stand that
Having
song.
a wonderful Christmas time. You can't stand having a wonderful Christmas time.
I like it to be maudlin
The
like you.
Grinch. Yeah.
That's a good song we've not mentioned.
What, the Grinch?
Anyway, have a lovely Christmas or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa. What else is this time of year? Winter solstice.
Yeah, Jasmine's celebrating that. That's
The
on
solstice.
22nd, yeah.
Oh,
My
there
mum's
we go.
birthday.
Yeah. And happy birthday, Jan.
Yes. Bye, Mum.
Yeah, whatever you're doing, have a nice holiday, and we'll see you again next week when we will be discussing NoFX double album, which we've already done.
Yeah.
We've recorded it, but you'll be seeing it next week.
See you next year.
Bye, love.